Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead. Dan Shore is on assignment. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A deceased crew member is brought to Saipan and the search continues for others. Also tonight, with no supplies and no spending authority, CUC scrambles to purchase materials. And residents bring hugs and supplies as they make their way home. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Good luck going after our fans. We have a 100th meal at McDonald's.
You mean the Saja Boys breakfast meal?
Ours has Ramyeon McShaker fries.
Ours has hash browns.
Hash browns.
Zoe!
It's a battle for the fans.
We love you! What?
Now at McDonald's. Pick a meal.
To pick a side. Don't fight. Kiss.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Distracted driving can cause car crashes. Here are some tips on how to stay safe while driving on the road. Be sure to pay close attention and share what you have learned with your family and friends. Do not text while driving. For your safety, it can wait. Do not let your passengers distract you. Do not adjust the radio or climate controls. No eating or drinking while driving. Stay alert, no daydreaming. No grooming or applying makeup while driving. Remember, you drive, you text, you pay. Drive safely, CNMI. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on April 24 from our studio on Capitol Hill. A major federal disaster declaration has been approved for the Northern Mariana Islands following Super Typhoon Sinlaku, unlocking FEMA assistance for residents across Saipan, Tinian, Broda, and the Northern Islands. The declaration means individuals and families can now apply for help with temporary housing, home repairs, and other storm-related expenses not covered by insurance. It also provides funding to local government for debris removal, emergency response, and repairs to damaged infrastructure with full federal support for key emergency work over the next 90 days. Officials say residents can begin applying for assistance now at disasterassistance.gov. One body has been recovered and the search continues for 5 missing crew members and a missing 12-person life raft. As time passes, the search area continues to expand.
The most recent update we have is that one of the crew members was located inside the ship by Air Force divers. They recovered the deceased individual.
As of this morning, the crew member had not yet been identified, but the body has been brought to Saipan. This video may be among the last transmissions from the MV Mariana before the incident. While we cannot independently verify the time, date, or location, those familiar with the vessel believe it is authentic and was sent during the storm. 6 crew members were aboard when the vessel departed Saipan on Saturday, April 11th, just days before the super typhoon hit. They headed north in an attempt to outrun the storm, then planned to circle around it. But engine trouble in that starboard engine developed, and the storm caught up with them. The 6 crew members have been identified as Fred Nosek, Jose Ramirez, Vincent Agulto, Landon De Los Reyes, Chet Bronchen, and an individual named Kamal. The U.S. Coast Guard says search efforts are ongoing.
The biggest part right now that we're focused on is the search for the remaining 5 crew members.
The search area now spans more than 60,000 square nautical miles.
How we conduct these searches, or rather how our crews conduct these searches, is they account for set and drift. So in the ocean, there's lots of tidal changes, there's waves, there's wind, there's all these elements that will cause an object in the water, whether that's a boat, a buoy, or something just floating in the water, such as a life raft, to travel a certain distance.
Coast Guard says they use that information, including the wind, waves, and drift models, to develop search patterns for where survivors or debris may be.
As for right now, our stance is to continue searching. We have not even discussed suspending the search. Our main focus is continuing the search and continuing to look for the 5 individuals, as well as the missing 12-person life raft.
For now, the search continues across a vast stretch of ocean as families hold on to hope and crews race against time and the elements. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
A vigil will be held tonight and attended by family, friends, and community members. That will be held at the 13 Fishermen Monument on Beach Road. With just 5 bucket trucks, wet generators, and close to 900 downed power poles, the local utility appears to be a long ways off from generating and distributing power. And they say extra manpower doesn't really help until more supplies arrive. The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation is challenged with power restoration after Super Typhoon Sinlaku downed nearly 900 power poles between the islands of Saipan and Tinian. With the Commonwealth Public Utilities Commission out of a meeting quorum, CUC is not able to request raising the cap on funding usage from their regulating office.
We have respectfully members of the legislature coming here doing their job, saying, hey, we need services to the people, but we also have our hands tied by CPUC, which says you must inform us, you must get our permission before you even advertise any RFP over $350,000. There is a little emergency exception in that, but that emergency has to be only pursuant to the governor's emergency declaration, and there's a question as to whether his emergency declaration has authorized CUC to do anything.
At the CUC board meeting yesterday morning, all present board members approved the motion for the use of up to $5 million for recovery efforts.
Can I have a motion from the members to allow management to cure under the emergency situation up to an amount of $5 million without board approval?
So moved.
There has been a motion, has been seconded. Any further discussion?
Ready?
No further discussion. Riley, why don't you go ahead and call the vote?
As a damage assessment was completed and presented to management, the power plant generation manager says their generators became wet during the storm.
Anyway, during the typhoon, I went there when it was still raining. The wind blows inside the engine room and wet generator. We covered it up and it was blown away by the strong wind.
An estimated time frame is given for a Greco to come back up as the generator dries.
Mine, I'm just waiting to the result of the drying up the control system, generators, and if we are ready, then it depends also on the transmission distribution.
So more than a month.
More than a month.
As materials and equipment are limited, CUC frontliners work towards getting their primary lines up first.
And as the primary lines are completed, we're going to start sending crews out to laterals. So these are like power lines down to houses, to side roads. And as those are good to go, we'll start connecting them back to the system for energization. That process is lengthy. We do have a plan in place. We have priority listings. And we are hoping for the assistance of GPA and other companies to come in and help us with that restoration, because we are stretched thin with our 5 bucket truck crews, but they're making great progress.
United flights are arriving daily from Guam during daytime hours, and for many, it's their first trip home to see family and loved ones following the super typhoon. Family members wait for loved ones to arrive through the double doors. For most, it's an emotional reunion after being away from each other longer than expected. Eden waits for her daughter to come home.
It's very mixed emotional. It's a blessing in disguise that they didn't experience all the traumatic that we had here. And until now, we are all struggling and grappling with all the challenges. But it's very good to know that they are back home.
Tiana Tessero is excited to see her brother again.
He was supposed to come in the week that the storm hit, but his flight has been delayed and canceled. And now he's finally coming back home, and I'm very excited to finally see him. This is the longest I've been without him and without seeing him, so I'm very excited and happy that he's back home.
Rob Travilla shares his experience of the storm as he waits for his daughter.
Man, honestly, that was probably one of the craziest typhoons that I've been through. I've been through Sudalor, U2, and U2 was crazy, but this was just something else. I guess just the nonstop, what was it, 50, 70 hours? And man, I'm just super blessed, and in the end of the day, it's thank you God always.
Vice Principal of Mount Carmel, Zeno de Leon Guerrero Jr., was stranded in Japan with students in tow for a senior trip. The group left on April 6 and was originally scheduled to come back on April 12.
Actually, what it turned out to be was students were starting to get supplies for their families back home, buying power banks, fans, cooling wipes, so many other things. And so it quickly became sort of, despite the circumstances we found ourselves in, I'm really proud of our students to really just take action to kind of start prioritizing the needs of their families back home. I would say just keep Mount Carmel School, keep the whole Marianas in your prayers. It's tough to come back home to seeing what's happening here and what's been happening. The silver lining for our kids is that we weren't here to experience it, but now, we're here to recover and rebuild together.
Toby is one of the students back from that senior trip.
It was fun for the first week, but when we got the news that it got canceled, the second week was kind of scary, and many people were breaking down or having anxiety since many of their family members, some of their roofs were blown off, especially due to the storm.
Anthony Rivera shares his experience as they touched down on Saipan.
I feel really happy, but also sad at the same time, because when I was on the plane, I saw all the trees, there's no leaves, oh, holy cow, my home. It's really tragic, but I'm really glad I came back because I'm here now with my family, and I'm ready to help. Not just my family, I'm willing to help anyone that my classmates if they want help.
A father holds his daughter close and hugs her tight.
Just like the rest of these parents, we're glad that the kids made it back home safely. We're all complete now. Thank you.
Any message to the community out there?
Stay strong. It's going to be a long road ahead, but if we're committed to each other, as the Lord says, help a brother.
Parks and Recreation crews are now turning their attention to cleaning up some of Saipan's most popular public spaces after widespread damage from Super Typhoon Sinlaku.
From beaches to playgrounds, the damage is hard to miss. Debris litters the shorelines, trees down across open spaces, and facilities in need of repair. At Pow Pow Beach, one of the island's favorite family spots, crews are just beginning the process of clearing the area. Parks and Rec officials say right now it's all about assessment and prioritizing what can be safely reopened.
We are trying to assess the severity of the damages here, but we're working away from Beach Road, Quartermaster North, coming this way. So we're almost here to start chopping these things up and trying to remove it so we can get it back to our community.
For many, these parks are more than just recreation spaces. They're places for families to gather, for kids to play, and for the community to take a break, especially after a storm like this. But officials say it will take time.
Maybe the infrastructure won't go up right away, but as long as we clean it up and people can come here and do their, they want to relax and have fresh air, because right now we don't even have power at our house, and we can come out and start camping. We need to help our community right now. Everybody didn't get spared from this storm. Yeah, everybody got hit.
Safety remains the top priority as crews work to remove hazards and make sure areas are ready for the public. Until then, residents are asked to use caution and respect any closed areas as cleanup continues.
Stay tuned. More news after the break.
The new Big Arch sauce is so delicious. You'll wonder if they named the sauce after the burger or the burger after the sauce. The Big Arch, the most McDonald's burger yet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I love Mariana's coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Bring your friends in for the best night out at Godfather's Bar in Garabin. Sing along to your favorite hits with live music from the Gigolos. Godfather's has daily food and drink specials, like Taco Tuesdays. The best pizza on island every day of the week. Located on Palm Street in Garabin.
You push hard, you move fast, and you want real healthy food that moves with you. At the Gold's Gym Shake Cafe, your fuel is ready when you are. Packed with protein, vitamins, and real fruit, these smoothies keep you strong, satisfied, and unstoppable. Perfect for a quick on-the-go lunch, dinner, or snack. No membership required. Power your day your way at the Shake Cafe inside Gold's Gym Saipan. Welcome to Mariana's Beach Resort, and now welcome to Mariana's Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Mariana's Coffee at Mariana's Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News. Getting drinking water to residents remains one of the most important tasks, and it comes with a lot of helping hands. Cases of water were distributed at the Saipan International Airport yesterday morning. From the Department of Fire and Emergency Medical Services, Robert Mojica.
As you can see behind me, we're having a water drive. It is FEMA's supply of water. We're giving cases to, I think, one family per vehicle. This is going on it started at 9 a.m. and it's going to be going on until supplies last.
Shelby has been on island for a year now and has volunteered on site.
We're doing great. The flow's going really good. Everybody's working together. This community is amazing. The resilience that this island has and the people, determination and the smiles on their faces, although they've lost almost everything they have. It's incredible. So I'm happy to be a part of helping.
Along with the volunteers, the water drive is a collective effort between the federal and local government.
So I know this is a joint effort from FEMA, Homeland Governor's Office. We also have DPS that's out here assisting with us, Mayor's Office, other volunteers. DOC is also here. And I think Youth Affairs is also here collaborating with us, and we're just doing as much as we can for the people of the CMI in this, in this time that we're having right now, the time we're facing right now.
Pumping water is one challenge, and broken pipes are another. CUC watermen work on restoring a bursted hydrant and pipe after the storm subsided. Damaged pipes has water flow onto the street and prevents connection and delivery to the nearby houses.
It's a lot of work to do, but we're moving forward with what we are instructed to do. So right now we're trying to find any leaks that are in the areas. We're starting by small portions first inside the villages. The big leaks is what we cover, then the small ones we cover right after.
CUC reports over 1,800 customers receiving water in the different villages of Saipan as of 1 p.m. on April 22nd.
As we all know, water is really important. Power is just luxury, but water is what the people really need right now. So we're trying our best to give water to the customers.
All right. Anything else you want to share?
No, just Mariana strong. We got this.
CUC says those numbers have increased a bit since Wednesday. As of last night, total of 2,909 customers are receiving water. A local resident is helping charge up neighbors' phones and devices with some help from the sun. A free charging station opened up in Cagman. The charging station is ran by local resident Derek Cutting and his family since installing their solar panels back after the storm.
That means during the daytime, usually we're at work and it's just kind of wasted power, right? I only have so many batteries to be charged and then it's just wasted power. So I figured help out the community, set up a little table out here. I've got a bunch of power strips. We even have a car battery charger. So for those that are running inverters at night, they can come bring their stuff, their computers, laptop, tablet, whatever, computers, and then charge up. And free, I'm not charging anything, just come stop by, hang out if you want to, or drop it off, and you're all set.
Cutting has been on island for 11 years now and says Super Typhoon Sinlaku is his third storm he's experienced.
It was rough. It was rough. That was the worst one in my opinion, and even my father-in-law, who was born and raised here, it was the worst one he's ever experienced as well. Mostly because of the fact that it just wouldn't leave. It was almost 4 days of just constant ridiculousness. I say we were about 80% prepared, right? So we have a concrete house, luckily, so no damage to the house. Broken window, but nothing too major. Flooding like everyone else, so got it all dried up. And then my garage is gone, my roof, which is actually my woodworking shop. So I lost about probably $10,000 in tools, but that can be replaced. But we were safe no matter what.
He urges the community to come charge up.
We're Cagman 3, directly across Lau Lau. You can really see the golf course now because all the trees are down. But you can't miss the sign, the main road right there on Cagman 3, heading to the entrance of Lau Lau.
Well, that was your Friday night newscast. Good evening, Sinamai, and please take care.